the faithful there. Who giving a shout out to CLG on the biggest stage, and they go with the cannon here again for Licorice. Watch those flanks. I will say
they're picking up right where they left off.
And River is on this ward, so M&S.
But he's got no flash.
Yeah, Licorice just immediately flashes on top of him to get the stun. M&S is going to be killed. And
likely dead again. Just going to be waiting on cooldowns. Now they're going to go.
There's River with the engage, W2. There's the E follow-up for the stun. They want to give the money to River and gold.
One of the most impactful first dragons to be able to get.
And you can see the one advantage that Blabber has gotten. You've talked about the XP. He has been farming these additional camps. He's known for this. Really was actually hiding in the tri-brush down by bot lane. Waited till that wave came in, so there was no dive being set up. Now, you can see the C9 bot lane is actually moving up, but will it be too late? Because this is getting low.
Blabber decided he already wanted to go in and try to fight, but Gory's ready to go all out. Licorice and Blabber both gonna die side by side as Licorice is taken out by Fudge, but it's the Herald taken out by Golden Guardians. The eyeball is stuck on the floor. They can't do anything about it, but now Sven's been caught again. This Thresh is never in the right spot this game. Now he's got to get back.
They take the jungler away. They ensure that they can get, it's now 300 gold just for killing the actual Rift Herald, so you get basically half the value, even a little bit more from actually just killing it, and then one-for-one trade as far as the kills go, plus the extra flash off of Ben.
Berserker's gonna get dove here. Stixay goes in, and Berserker's dead. Golden Guardians, this bot lane, the 2v2 is bloodthirsty.
And the turret play money for Stixay
definitely has things in order to get to that point as Licorice unleashes the slicing maelstrom, going for the solo kill on M&S. Meanwhile, Fudge feeling that pressure, trying to make something happen. He died
again, and Berserker has no flash.
Berserker, he's getting away, but what about Sven? What about Berserker now? He's pulled the safety. Golden Guardian still looking to finish this dive. River chases Sven. The W2 connects. He needs a little bit more damage. The Arctic Assault is there. River nearly with enough. One last auto attack take calls. Allowed FlyQuest back in. This game, I want to see him keep it clean. As Blabber fires off the ult, but Gory's going to lead the charge to the Golden Guardians. Fudge is in the front, but nobody's able to deal damage while he blocks there and is immune with the Ragnarok. Now the ulti's worn away, and Olaf has a much harder time fighting in the team fights. Licorice has his flash, but the ulti's not ready just yet. Golden Guardians want this Kinnan to make an entrance. Stixay on the Zeri. Keep your eyes on him. He's got the opportunity to pop off if they set him up. They throw out River's ulti. They land on Sven. It's going to be stolen as River gets it. And Golden Guardians pick up a kill. One kill.
Straight mid, start forming plates, go top, start pushing in those waves. And they're getting so much.
Now Gory's under pressure though. Berserker and Sven. 2v1, Berserker's got the red and white, and Gory can't fight.
Unstoppable, it felt like, against FlyQuest, and they're picking it up right here.
There's the first turret of the game. Golden Guardians take it that to mean another turret. Meanwhile, Gory, he's going to get a third prize for the Golden Guardians. They're getting the turret bottom, they're getting the Herald in top, they're getting the turret in mid. The whole rift is coming up gold, and Sven is going down. Gory gets the 10th kill of the game. This Eye of the Herald in top lane. This is the last remaining tier 1 turret for Cloud9's side. Golden Guardians will knock that one down right now, and then Licorice can try to escort this a little bit further if he wants to attempt the charge on the tier 2. He's still got his support and his jungler right next to him. If Fudge wants to try to block this, he's going to have to 1v3.
And he has no idea what's happening, right? You can see on the minimap, there's no vision on that side, so Fudge has got to play back. He doesn't know if the entire team was waiting there to dive him. He can't actually walk up and just hit
carry champions we have in the game now. Stixay with the safety of his shield bow, double summoner spells, and no YOLO it.
Blabber's gonna fire off the ulti. Golden Guardians are ready to go. He's coming around from behind. He finds Berserker, throws him up into the air. Licorice is ready for the follow-up, but he can't get the valuable target. Licorice died, and Berserker takes the kill. Golden Guardians continue pressing forward as Sven eats bullets from Stixay. M&S and Sven have been ultimate. The Baron is falling rapidly, but not rapidly enough. Blabber's still looking for maybe a chance, but Gory is way too tanky. It's very easy for him to keep everybody else away. Cloud9 coming in, too little, too late. Blabber leading the charge. Gory's still here in the front line, tanking up a lot. Golden Guardians will at least lose their mid, and Berserker gets another
In
shot.
here. It's the TP flank from Licorice that is just so well placed. Huhi goes over the wall. Berserker is having to cleanse. He's having to...
M&S went mid to try and put some pressure, get some damage on the mid tower, soften up one of those objective bounties, but there's no way Cloud9 can tango with a full 5-on-5 Golden Guardians. They are way too strong. So Golden...
There's so much armor stacking being done on the other side that's really going to negate a lot of what Berserker
it's
can
ult.
do.
M&S thought he was just going to run at Licorice, start messing with him a little bit. Licorice wants to fight it back, but M&S outplays him. River will move in to make it a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
You're that far behind. The game went so awry early on. Relying on this Aphelios, relying on this hyper carry, relying on a guy like Berserker who you know has the hands to play it. But now Golden Guardians, they're going to find themselves in a fight. River's here in the front, gets caught up in the Maokai ulti. River does not have any Sejuani armor to protect him, but Licorice is teleported in. Now they're ready to find a pick back on the Blabber. He died before he can get to the safety of the
Gory's
lantern.
flanking.
Now Gory's coming around from the side, and C9 may have been caught. He's killed. River is killed.
Oh!
Stixxay might die.
They're doing it!
By Gory isolated. Stixxay with a laser over the wall, and there goes the Kazante, and there goes Berserker. But C9 are still fighting in a 3v3. Fudge got a shutdown. Licorice may just
Another one!
Undertow. Cloud9 will a lot. Cloud9 once again forced to fight over a neutral objective.
Watch Huhi.
Dragon at 4,000 HP. Huhi could be a big playmaker here. Sejuani also having the ulti. Blabber fires out an Maokai ult.
Oh!
It is
23!
played by Blabber and Cloud9. River's going to be focused down first, but he doesn't die just yet. Gory goes all out, and Fudge. But now it's Golden Guardians who have to stop
Look at
the
Licorice,
Baron.
look at Licorice.
C9's going for it. Gory's coming around from the side. It's Blabber with the smite again. Now Gory's in the middle.
Whoa!
Licorice with a massive maelstrom, but it's not massive enough just yet. Berserker does die, but now Fudge is going to kill off the enemy Kazante. Licorice is down. Cloud9 just killed all of them.
Cloud9 showing why they're the best team in the LCS, why they were ranked #1. They're going to take that Baron and they're going to take some towers.
Licorice had the perfect angle there. Level 16, had the flash, had the ulti. They take down Berserker, but it's Fudge who was the Berserker in that fight. Olaf goes crazy and takes down Golden Guardians. Cloud9 now on the march. They secured the Baron. They got the bounty. They take down the tier 2 mid. They're pushing up top. They're looking to take everything. And Kobe, you called it out. It was 25 health or so on this smite steal.
Ravenous Hydra. This Olaf is showing up in game #1 as the bottom lane tier 2 falls, and minions will be left to their own devices. Golden Guardians does not have the range to clear them away, as Fudge just keeps River and Licorice occupied at the side, as the rest of C9 might just be ready to go. Licorice tries to attack, but he is picked instead. M&S gets the kill. Licorice was a little too close, and by the time he realized it, he was already gone.
Team fights, it has been about the Olaf, who's now missing everything, and they're just going to push down top, try to trade for this.
They're going to get that teleport, but are they ready to deal with it? The Sejuani ulti goes way wide. Baron's at about 1,300. It's claimed by Berserker, and Gory's in the middle of Cloud9. Licorice coming in from behind, but he ain't gonna find a lot of valuable targets because M&S is already back in the stasis. Licorice is down. Fudge runs away. Now they found a beautiful death sentence right back on the Stixxay. A double kill over to Berserker. A triple kill over to Berserker. Golden Guardians are running to the wrong damn base. A nice death sentence from the wall from Sven, but Gory is the target for Fudge and M&S. M&S will chase him down, and there's that Orianna damage. There's the AP you didn't defend against, and there's another kill for M&S.
Cloud9 have arrived in the finals despite the early gold lead from the Golden Guardians, despite those overwhelming odds. C9 fight back.
It was a crushing early game from the Golden Guardians, but an even more devastating comeback as Cloud9 take game.
For M&S, we know, does like to play champions along these lines, and it is going to be the Akali getting locked down. So it'll be his job to really try to get in that back line, try to be able to threaten.
For saying, yeah, Blabber had the good timing of ganking Gory when he's out of mana before he hits level 6. With Gory being out of mana, he wanted to go home anyway. It's not like you're even inconveniencing him by forcing the back, so not getting the summoner means Huhi continuing to flex muscles here in the 2v2. Meanwhile, another fight breaks out as River tries to get away from Blabber, who's still in hot pursuit. River's at half as Finn jumps in, and River has to disengage back over the wall. M&S on the wrong end of the fight now, but he's forced enemies to retreat into his team, but Sven's collapsed on. First blood back over to Yari. It's Gory gets paid. A double kill over to Gory. He's so much money for the Golden Guardians. Now, no kills back. Triple kill.
Opportunity to go crazy in the fights. He's on the K'Sante. It's not that same level of threat that he had in that previous game on the Olaf. And there's a Malphite, a Wukong, an Ahri, and a Rakan that you have to deal with here. M&S is in the gutter again. This game is falling way far behind. It's a tank.
The Guardians taking down that first turret in mid lane, turning it immediately into the second Drake of the game after they're dominating the objective game.
End up getting that topside Scuttle Crab and the flash out of Licorice. It's still a massive, massive push forward for the Golden Guardians, being able to get those last two turret plays here a little bit, but they have to be careful about Golden Guardians. Licorice ultimate is ready on Malphite.
Okay, Golden Guardians, let's see how they fight it. Fudge goes all out, but immediately has to disengage. He barely survives as he escapes up into the backside of the red pit as Licorice is taken low. Objective bounty claimed. Blabber gets it, and Berserker's trying to fire. Golden Guardians are in a 4v3. They shut down Gory. Fudge is still ready to fight, and Berserker is free firing. He gets the zap, but it's 6-day with a blade caller, forcing Berserker back. 2 dead of the Guardians. Right? The difference between having an ult in a team fight and not having an ult in a team fight, the champion just feels like it's only halfway there. But we do have the third Drake of the game claimed for Golden Guardians. They will remain on sole point for the rest of this match. Rotating through the enemy jungle, sweep out the vision, place down your own. M&S sees him, throws out a 5-point strike.
These objectives and not getting too split.
M&S finds Gory. The Akali looking for some damage. Perfect execution. Is it perfect enough?
Yeah.
Gory tries to get away. Blabber's ready to answer him. Throws the ulti over the wall. Doesn't find Gory. M&S!
Oh!
He's so far behind and he still gets it done. Now River wants to mop him up. He might be able to find him here with a Cyclone. Yep, Cloud9 leaving for dead. It's 1-for-1. But M&S...
All given over. They're going to try to go across the map and start up this Baron here, potentially.
But Cloud's Dragon goes down so fast, and it gives them the move speed now.
More. Cloud9 can't even look to try to match and trade objective bounties, or they'd be losing their inhibitor tower. So it's a really good movement on the map here. On a dime here. It's Golden Guardians, though, trying to maintain vision around this Baron here. Gory, they would love to force out his ulti, but they're going to TP in instead. Here comes the Malphite.
Golden Guardians are ready to just fight it. They don't want to allow Cloud9 to get away with this. Fudge all out, trying to make distance. He gets away somehow, and M&S teleports in, only to immediately have to use the Hourglass. He's killed instantly, and Gory gets his revenge. Blabber tries to run, but Licorice is an unstoppable force, and Fudge is a movable object.
He's in to try and reinforce. He's split up from the rest of his team. It's an easy kill there, and then I love that Licorice is holding on to this ulti the whole time.
Teleport, he was just sitting mid. Then when they finally make the call for him to actually join in, Fudge has already kind of escaped. He's surrounded.
Golden Guardians got the Baron. They got a 4-man push here in bottom lane, and they take out the tier 2 turret. They go up to a 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, their job with this Baron buff is basically just to farm as much gold as possible to be ready for that Elder fight. It is going to be a TP flank, though. Cloud9 maybe betting their game on it.
Cloud9, nope. All right, they said all in, but then they immediately took it back. And
TP,
now
though.
we got a TP coming out for Golden Guardians. M&S has been found. He has to try to flash away. Gory with a beautiful charm, but M&S still survives. He has to go back to the fountain, and Golden Guardians knows it's their chance to keep this pressure going. Bottom lane tier 3 turret just goes pop, and now the inhibitor itself is exposed. Golden Guardians will take that one out, no problem. And the next wave is ready to push into mid. River jumps over the wall, and Cloud9 still don't have their mid laner back in the action. Fudge takes a little bit of damage as Blabber has to retreat, and Licorice just finds him again. Now they engage on Berserker. Licorice continuing to frontline and apply the pressure on the enemy AD carry, while the rest of the team can take out the Nexus turret. Those are still standing, but the team is falling. Berserker kills Huhi, but Cloud9 is being blended. Stixxay gets the kill back on the M&S as Gory and Stixxay are still alive with low HP. It's Fudge and Sven versus the Guardians, and C9 may have just run out of time. Licorice is still there to frontline. The carries are there for the damage. The Nexus turrets will disappear. Golden Guardians, they got it done this time. The lead, the win, the tied series. Golden Guardians take the game.
In the first 2 games, and it is like, okay, pushing bot, we have Elise Renekton, and we have M&S on the thing that he was just getting constant solo kills in Academy. Like, you could make an entire
We'll see if you can get the smite.
Nicely done.
Oh, no, did
Yeah,
get it?
Blabber has the blue buff. Blabber was able to steal that one away, but now he's got to get out. Never mind, they're just baiting the Guardians in. Cloud9 ready for the fight. It's first blood back to Berserker as M&S and Gory will continue their square off their 1v1 back here in the mid lane. M&S with some fancy feet.
This time around, sticking around to help with the wave.
Yeah, but M&S is so low. Okay, now he can stay around. Now they got that Nami heal, the Aerie shield. So they bring the extra member, because I was going to say, they're kind of playing with fire here.
Whoa.
And the Ignite is going to be dropped there. That was a small Ignite. He's just dead.
He is having as much fun as you have with your friends in Clash.
Actually, probably a lot more fun. There's a lot more winning than I tend to do in
Depends
Clash.
on your
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
I know your friends.
Well, Blabber and Cloud9 are going to collect the first Drake of the that level 6 point that Elise does, unlocking the ult, getting that extra potential for playmaking as they want to find the Renekton and Elise combo, but Fudge is stunned before he can use the Ruthless Predator to lock down Licorice's cannon. They go for the dive anyway. Fudge has to back away. Licorice goes in to finish off. Licorice makes it a 1-for-1.
Pretty clean from Licorice. Golden Guardians are still coming, even with the turret there, making them run to the other half of the map. Meanwhile, Berserker does trade out his ulti.
Stixay's not done. He rides the wall to continue the chase as Sven tries to stop him with the tidal wave. Bubble right back onto Stixay, but now he receives the wild growth to make sure there's no danger. Golden Guardians want to get this shoved up. Gory's in trouble, avoids the damage from the chain, but the CC and the follow-up from Blabber is there, or is it? Blabber gets the kill, but it was
Gold solo to Licorice, and that is going to be a big chunk of gold here.
so much gold in the pockets of Licorice.
Spike for Cloud9 bottom lane. Give up the dragon. It's just a Cloud Dragon. Nobody overextend. Licorice has a massive lead on top side with
The watch, where it's going to be all about execution here. Who can hit those skill shots? Who can make those plays happen? Because anyone can be picked off.
Nice, they go in on Blabber to burst him down, and River gets the kill. Both sides thought they had the better situation, but it's Golden Guardians who strike first. Not fully committing to this, Golden Guardians will secure the Herald without a fight.
Yeah, Cloud9 are just fishing around, allowing.
M&S now needs to retreat away as Gory approaches. Stixay's eating a full culling. Berserker with the Gale Force execution. You wanted to see the MVP? There he is.
Right on your screen, and Licorice trying to escape from Fudge, but the Prowler's Claw follows.
Prowler's Claw to keep him on top of the vulnerable enemy laner, and Blabber shows up to the zone.
He knows job's not done. They've got a lot of work to do here.
Golden Guardians summoning up the Herald in mid lane, bringing in the teleport as well. Gory wants to come in from behind. Golden Guardians look for the angle. Everfrost onto 3. The engage comes through. Gory goes back over the wall. Now rejoining the rest of the Guardians as the Herald collides into the tier 1 turret. Golden Guardians go for the move, but they don't get anybody.
Watching the game between the Ahri with multiple ult charges and the Prowl. Oh!
River, he gets jumped on. M&S kills the enemy tier 1 turret. They have a safe exit route, and they have Soul Point.
Yeah, nice defensive Everfrost there from Gory to put that flash LeBlanc.
1,000 gold, but it's the Drakes that are the big problem at this point in the game. Licorice face checking the LeBlanc. Tanky enough to not worry about the immediate burst, but now Fudge is coming up too. Licorice tries to disengage, but Blabber's coming in to catch him. He repels up to close the gap as Licorice uses Slicing Maelstrom defensively, but he won't take the jungler with him.
Finish it here. So Cloud9, they make the long play. You saw the mini-map right before they make
True, pure physical damage threat.
I love it. This is going to be the most mobile crocodile you've ever seen. With the Prowler's Claw mobility as well as the speed from Force of Nature.
C9, they find some damage onto River, but not enough. Considering they're down 3v4, Fudge gets a solo kill on
Both of them pretty important, but in the end, another tower for Cloud9. Backs against the walls. They got beat in the early game.
If you're trying to deal with this crocodile, he's very resilient now to the damage of both those solo laners and can continue to disrupt in these fights. Stixay is having a tough game as Licorice tries to get away from Blabber. Slicing Maelstrom used defensively. Berserker kills him in the air, and Cloud9 keeps the gravy train rolling. River's gonna die next, and Berserker gets a double kill. close. Not only is the setup for this objective good, but notice that timer in the top left corner of your screen. They can't get anything back on Golden Guardian's side, and now Cloud9 closer. That sweeper might have seen one of the silhouettes of the Golden Guardians waiting in the brush. M&S using the Baron-empowered minions to take down the last little bit of HP from that Tier 1 turret in the mid lane. Cloud9 with total control over the Drake. Golden Guardians retreating, deciding to give the soul at 25 minutes.
And I think their read was, if we can get a pick, we can maybe just give it over, and now your job becomes that much harder with these Mountain Soul shields on Cloud9. Look at M&S!
Look at Licorice, you can't! He's gone, he's dead. 45 seconds of a 5v4 for C9.
Now you see him, now you don't. And Cloud9 with the Baron buff, they can really push. They want to end this game very quickly. 25 minutes inside the base. How do you stop this LeBlanc? It's only like a polymorph from Huhi that M&S really has to worry about.
M&S having a very nice game here so far. 2-1-3, absolutely fearless on the LeBlanc this game, as now they find some CC on Huhi, some burst on River, a kill for Berserker, and no counterpunch for the Golden Guardians. Stixxay's about to die, and M&S writes his epitaph as Gory retreats back to the Nexus turret. The inhibitor falls bottom lane. C9, 5 men strong versus only 3 Golden Guardians left standing. Gory is eviscerated, and Fudge cuts him in half. Now C9's just looking to end the game, but River and Licorice are trying to defend. Second Nexus turret falls. Golden Guardians still have to try to keep fighting. River and Licorice versus the world. River's very low. Berserker's determined to just kill the Nexus, and Cloud...
Wrong. This would be a little bit of a surprise to me. You can run him over early, but if you do not, it does get difficult. I will say, though, you ignore basically all the CC, and that is going to be the key thing here, is Galio's not going to be able to stop you. Nami Wave. Well, yeah, exactly, and that puts a huge target on Stixxay's back. No cleanse. Blabber has flash. You can get your butt down there as a jungler and see what you can make happen.
Gory gets locked down. M&S with the ignite. One more auto attack. They do it! First blood, ignite!
Push for that last final minion to get to himself. Couldn't quite get it. Now Blabber up to top side. This is one of the weaknesses of this Malphite. A stacked wave early on. You cannot deal with these dives well.
Okay, they're going to start it off with Blabber slamming him into the wall. They kill him so easy. Cloud9 gets there.
Good execution on that. And Licorice is going to have a hell of a time in this lane now.
Blabber coming bottom, looking for another gank. He shoves Stixxay back. The Blade Caller gets him rooted. They need one more auto from Berserker, and they get it. Cloud9, 3-0.
Blabber is coming up huge. He does exactly...
Oh, nice from Huhi.
Blabber does exactly what we're talking about, though. He gets the kill on top side, and then bottom side never expects an immediate rotation over there to go for the second kill. Blabber skips all his bottom camps. He goes straight from the top side tower dive into a bottom side tower dive. The extra kill going over, though, big stuff from Huhi to grab one back.
Yeah, really nicely done. Berserker, though, could go aggressive here. That looks like a dead Nami on my screen.
Nicely done, Berserker's eaten.
And I think especially with Blabber having no flash and knowing that Stixxay's sums are both back up, it would be a really ill-advised dive to try to go for unless they have them super chunked. So instead, they'll pull back. They have the cover on that push from...
Cloud9's going to want to force that before they get a chance to have the cooldown back. Huhi has rotated up into the mid lane. M&S with the flash into chains. Huhi gets bound up. Now he's got to try to get away. Blabber wants the angle for the charge, but he just ends up inting it. He got to
A nice initial play, not getting that knockback and trying to set it up, but they didn't have the damage to do it.
Man, you want to talk about aggressive? Fudge is going in with the Ragnarok, chasing after River, forces him back. Now Sven and M&S are trying to put more damage on the remaining players. Fudge gets thrown up into the air by Licorice. Blabber tackles Licorice, just trying to keep him away from Fudge. Everybody's going after everybody all over these small skirmishes here in the larger fight. Licorice still hanging around, trying to clear out some of these wards. Won't get the last hit on that one. M&S and Sven moving forward. Blabber finds a charge into the wall, but it's only under River's clone. Now Sven's wanting to lock down Licorice, and M&S gets the kill. A gory taunt only finds one, and he doesn't have the damage to finish off Fudge. Fudge gets the kill back, and Cloud9 gets
to follow up. You look how far away Gory is. He doesn't have ult. He's not in position either, so they're never going to have the damage to make it happen. Now they're going to look for a dive again.
Blabber with those Hex flashes just won't give him a break.
To actually lock down any of these carries. Who do you go for? The LeBlanc who can distort away. The Xayah who has ultimate, or Fudge.
Oh, River, he's just going to die if he isn't careful, or maybe they can turn it around instead. Beautifully
like those timers.
Absolutely, and I think for sure Golden Guardians are just going to have to give it up.
Oh,
Here's
he's
another
going
head
again.
flash play.
Blabber slams him into the turret. The follow-up from Sven to throw Gory into the air as Berserker uses the blade calling to get the kill. They find him, and they're going to find multiple plates to go with it. M&S wants to get Stixay, but with Huhi behind him, it's M&S who's in trouble. He gets out with 200 HP, but he has to abandon the turret. Blabber wraps around now, but he finds a control ward, so he can't just make the surprise move.
Yeah, and Blabber's very low, so this would be risky. He's got to wait for reinforcement here. Sven arrives. You can see Berserker is pushing out mid lane, and you look picture in picture. This is Fudge getting aggressive in that 1v1. He might take this.
Nope,
Okay.
but he does get the ghost out of Licorice instead.
Should be the dragon there for Cloud9 because of the mid lane dive. And again, not having those ultimate cooldowns that make up the entire identity of the Golden Guardians comp. So such a quick pace. Meanwhile, Fudge on the Olaf has had a time of his life up there, popping his ultimate whenever he wants versus Licorice. Holds it this time.
Fudge is ready. He's popping the ghost. He's got Ragnarok. They want to take Licorice down. They'll get him, but Fudge is going to die in trade. Blabber looking to see if he can get an angle on somebody valuable. Tries to slam Huhi into the wall. Doesn't quite get the terrain connection. M&S jumps in really close to bursting Stixay down.
Cloud9 already deleted that minion wave, so they're going to be able to grab this one, and all they have to do is alert Fudge, hey, guess what? You are weak side. There are 2 objectives on the top. All right, Golden Guardians are on a timer right now because they've got an Olaf beating down top turret, a Rift Herald taking mid turret for the Xayah, and time is just not working in their favor. They're going to try and rush down this dragon, but they're going to lose so much gold for it, and Blabber can still get here for a possible ultimate on the Poppy into a steal.
They're going to TP in. They're going to look for this. Sven is in the back of the pit now.
Blabber knocks Licorice away, and now they're ready to fight. Blabber jumps into the middle of 3, but now he has to disengage as River's ready to try to get a kill back.
Fudge!
Stixay fires off the culling. Fudge is ready to fight in the middle of everyone. The Ragnarok for the CC immunity as Berserker goes on a rampage, and they kill Stixay. Now River's got the kill at least back onto Blabber, but it's a double for Berserker and Licorice, Huhi and Gory.
Ultimate, and both of them pinned over there towards the wall, but we've got a dead
For this
loose.
squad. Man, the Golden Guardians are in a rough spot.
They absolutely are, and we can see this M&S from Fog is really strong, has so much flat pen. As soon as Stixay dashes in, he knows he's got him because he had already spent the flash and the cleanse in the
Carry dead for the 3rd time this game. Cloud9 now have a free soul point. That's 3 Drakes to nothing.
fight. That dash alone was all he needed to have that go button. Goes in, knocks him down.
I mean, that's just being very annoying, while the rest of Cloud9 can just retreat back to this Baron. 5,000 health and dropping, but Golden Guardians are here.
Golden Guardians want to fight for it. Blabber with a nice disengage. That's the power of the Poppy. There's no steal ever. When
Lane, as well as ejecting Golden Guardians members for these objectives. They're gonna dive.
Nice. Can they actually kill him? Yes. Stixay gets the kill with one of the shots from the culling. They get the objective bounty on the tier 1. That's kind of the only way they're killing M&S, and they found the angle.
Yeah, they did get the kill, but just barely, even throwing everything in the kitchen sink. That's Malphite ult, that's the Nami ult, the Lucian ult, everything's out. He'll base now and try to regroup with the team, but Cloud9 are just extending the gold lead so damn fast. It's up over 8.
Damage onto Stixay, right back to his origin point, because the entire time the Drake was taken, and it's Ocean Soul for Cloud9.
Now that base, and just let Berserker melt that thing.
And I think at this point, for Golden Guardians, they're going to go for a pick. We'll see if they can find it.
They want to try to catch Fudge here.
God.
Fudge he still has the Ragnarok. He hasn't even used it. There, he finally claims it, throws the undertow back. The angle isn't there on the culling. Now Sven swoops through him. They can't even kill Fudge. They threw the kitchen sink at him, and he didn't care.
And look at top lane. They're already pushing the base here. Going to be able to crack this first inhibitor turret. Uncontested. Cloud9 are getting closer and closer to this championship. They can taste it, pushing down multiple lanes with the Baron buff. This could be the last stand for Golden Guardians.
Golden Guardians gotta try to fight here. They have no Malphite ult, they have no Wukong ult, they have no top lane inhibitor, and they have no gold to compare to Cloud9. Berserker is dominating. They knock one of the remaining defenders away as River is forced back into the fountain, or at least the clone was. Now Cloud9 are gonna finish off the real deal. River falls, Licorice is about to go next. Gory and Huhi stand alone. Cloud9 don't lose a man. They march through the Nexus turrets. They march through the remaining players. They're the champs, and they're the champs back to back. The LCS shines bright blue, and Cloud9 are your spring 2023 champions.